Hey guys, it's Lacey. Welcome to Paws and Paper. So I'm here today with something I thought was really kind of fun. I have been experimenting with making my own faux metal plates, and I think they turned out pretty darn cute. So I've made a couple different varieties. Some are like on bulb pins, to make little dangly things. Some are made to be just like glued down more like a book plate. This one here is just kind of a tag. You can actually put like a pin on it and have it hang off of something, or just a tuck in for, just a cute little decoration. And yeah, so I thought these were really kind of fun. And I was going to show you guys how actually really easy they are to make. So what I was doing, and the reason I came up with this, is I have some alcohol inks that I've been wanting to try. And I know you have to use alcohol ink on like metals and glass and things like that. So I'm like, well, how can I make my own metal? And then I'm like, well, why not use some aluminum foil? I mean, that's like perfect. So that's how I got started, is I was just trying to find ways to use my alcohol ink. So I just set those off to the side. So all I got was my aluminum foil, and I got a cookie sheet here that is my crafting cookie sheet, because this is what I'm going to put my pieces on after I get them all cut out. And then I just grabbed a box. This was a fruit snack box or whatever, but this was, I thought, like the perfect weight to cover and still be able, because I am going to send it through my my Sizzix, my embosser, and because I thought it would be cool to emboss them too, because that's what I do with those. And I thought this would still be soft enough to handle, the Sizzix machine would still handle that. So all I'm going to do is take, and I'm going to zoom you out here just a little bit so you can see a little bit more, my piece of chipboard, and like I said, I'm just using a food box, and then my aluminum foil, and I am just going to take the shiny side and put that up. I don't think it matters. I mean, I'm going to put alcohol ink over top of it anyway. And then I'm just going to use my Fabrifix, and I'm just going to glue this down to my foil. And how do I want to do that? I want to be sure I can wrap all the way around, so I'm just going to center about there so that I have enough to then glue this side and wrap it all the way around. Make like a little sandwich here. So I'm just going to fold it all the way over and smush it all the way down. And if it gets wrinkly, I mean, that's fine, because, we're trying to make faux metal. And I actually embossed mine. But you could completely do this with this just being just the plain aluminum foil. And you don't even have to have it embossed. Metal typically isn't embossed. I just thought it made a really cool look. But then I was also thinking, those, hopefully you can hear me over all this crinkling. Those metal tipped pens that I see people use. They're not pens, but they're like I think they're called, are they called embossing? I don't know what they're called. I see people use them for like paper crafts all the time when they're doing really tiny paper things. Just like with the metal little rounded ball tip at the end. I think that would be cool, because then I was thinking you could probably like etch into the foil and the your chipboard, and you could probably etch in maybe a number or some letters or whatever. But I just didn't have anything that would work, and so that's why I went for the embossing technique. So on my last one, I had used this embossing folder, which is all leaves. And you can see on this one here how the leaves turned out. Hopefully that's, you know, not so shiny you can see it, but I thought that turned out really cool with that texture on it. So maybe I'm going to try this one this time. This one's not quite as solid as that one. So let's see what this one looks like. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss my foil first. So I'm going to grab my machine up here and I'm going to run this through my machine. I have the right number of plates here. And this made a really cool design on the foil. Oop. I think I don't need, because it is thicker, I think I only need the one plate. Nope, I'm gonna have to have two. Just need some more muscle. Okay, come on, guy. You know you want to go through there. Okay, ready? There we go. Oh, sorry. Oh man, that takes some muscle. Okay, we did it. Oh man, that was the most I worked out all day. Okay, so I'm gonna set that off to the side and see how we did. Oh, we squished glue out everywhere. But I'll tell you, that's a pretty cool looking design on the foil there, isn't it? Well, I like that. But oh yeah, I probably should have waited for my glue to dry because now I got glue everywhere. Just squished out everywhere. Let me get that cleaned up, otherwise I'll have a mess. Sorry, guys. This wasn't in the plans. My last one didn't do this. I don't know what my deal is this time. You know, you do it once in trial, and then you guys are juicy. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm having all types of trouble now. Okay, let's get that glue cleaned up quickly. Okay, so after that disaster, let's go ahead and I want to use this again because what I did right after I embossed it is I just ran it through again. Sorry, I'm still trying to clear glue off of this. I ran it through again, but this time I had pulled out some of my die cuts, and I have the oval set and a rectangle set, and I picked the smallest pieces that I could find because I just wanted to make these like little embellishments. So I am going to, let's see, lay as many of these on here as I can. Oh, and I did have one tag. This was like my only little tag design I had. But I was just trying to go for anything relatively small that I could fit a lot on at one time. And then if you wanted to run it through again to use up all of your page, you know, because you're going to have some down here, you can run it through again and make some more. But so yeah, I'm just laying down all my little bits and pieces here of all my small little die cuts that I could find. Now let's see if we can get this on there to stay. And then I need to add this plate. This is the hard part. I have a hard part with die cuts wanting to move all the time. Does anybody else have that problem? Like as soon as I close it, they want to move. Okay, close enough, I believe. I believe we're all on there. Okay, so stay, and then we're going to run it through again. And you could absolutely do this, you know, cut these pieces out with your scissors. I mean, you do not have to have the embossing and die cuts. I actually think cutting aluminum foil is supposed to help sharpen your scissors. I thought anyway. Okay, so we're done with this guy now. And now I have my little faux metal pieces all stuck on here because I got glue everywhere. Gonna have to do some major cleaning on that. But now I have all my cute little metal pieces that I am going to now ink up. Well, that one kind of went all the way through. I could probably just tear off that whole frame. I don't need that, do I? So now I'm going to put these, I'm going to dye these with alcohol ink. And some of them turned out really cool. And I don't care if some of the back comes off. If that's the case, I'll make sure I glue it all the way down so that you don't see, you know, both sides of it. So now, I think it would be better, I'm just in a hurry here, to, you know, glue it down, glue your foil down, let it dry for a little bit, especially if you're going to emboss it and run it through the embossing machine, because I do believe it's going to help if everything is dry. But I'm being impatient and wanting to show you guys all my fun I've been having. Like I said, I was trying to find ways to play with the alcohol inks. And I was looking at, like, I wanted to do, like, possibly, like, some photo paper. But then I started thinking about metal pieces. And this just seemed like a real... I'm sure somebody has done this out there. I wasn't really searching for this idea. I was just kind of thinking about this one in my head of what to do. Okay, so now that I have my pieces, and this is whether you can, you know, you cut them out or you die cut them. I'm going to take all my little pieces here and I'm just going to lay them out so that they're separated a little bit, and I'm going to get my gloves on, because you're going to have to wear gloves if you mess with the alcohol ink, because alcohol ink is messy. Stains everything and it dries fast. So I got my gloves, and now I'm just going to play with my ink. And I have several different colors. I had gotten, if you see these, like they're a disaster, the bottles are just like a mess. I had gotten these like on real cheap because they had been damaged during shipping apparently. So I bought them knowing that they were damaged, but the bottle is like completely full. So this one here, I believe, is just a brown. I can't even read the brown of what it is. So I couldn't even tell you what brown it is. But this is just a brown, and I'm just going to put some on. And then I just kind of started smushing it with my finger, because I don't know the technique, you know. And I'm not too worried if I get the backs. A lot of these, like the bigger square ones, I was going to kind of focus on making them like more of like a book plate type thing. So, you know, I was kind of just messing with the front of those. And I kind of really like the brown one the best. But I did do all the colors that I have. And I have reds and yellows. And when I started overlapping them, especially these little ones, I kind of like laid them on top of each other. It made a really cool design. This one here is called Sunbright Yellow. And this one, and I still got ink on my hands, so I know some of these are going to smear into each other. But that's all I'm doing. I'm really just kind of mushing it down. And if you can see, I've got some brown on there. But that's the yellow one. I don't know how well you can see these. I can't touch the camera right now. But here you go. There's the brown one and the yellow one so far. And then I'm going to do the red. This is another one that's been so messed up. I don't even know what this is called. I can't even read it because, oh, watermelon. This one's called watermelon. And let's do one of these. And these are super simple. I mean, it doesn't take much ink. And I'm just kind of smearing it on there. And I think they actually turned out pretty cool for, you know, like a faux metal piece, because you see the little, like the metal pieces in the stores, you know, in the craft stores. The little metal pieces are really nice, but dang, they can be pricey for a, you know, for a little piece you're just going to put on and make a decoration out of. And I'm like, we can make our own metal pieces. Why not? This one here is a sapphire blue. Maybe I'll do this great big one here in the blue. It's a really pretty blue. I mean, I really like the blue. It's a really bright blue. But when you decorate them up with little bits and pieces like I did the other ones, you know, I embellished it with other stuff. Turned out really, really cool. So now I'm getting a little bit of green in there too, but I think it's kind of cool even if it mixes the colors. So you can see in a short period of time, we can get a lot of really cool pieces. This one here is called Citrus, which is kind of like a green. And that is kind of a cool one too. If you can see the greens. And it's, you know, like with the blotchy fingerprints and then it kind of showing some colors and not some colors. I still think it looks cool both ways, you know, like even if some of the ink comes off on my gloves, because the alcohol ink dries real fast and gets real sticky. This one here is Pool. This one's like a pretty turquoise color. Let's do this one. It's a nice, this one's a pretty light one. But they're really cool. Yeah, like I said, I've been wanting to play with these alcohol inks. I've had them for a little while now and just didn't know what to do with them quite. And then I'm thinking, you know, I was going to make little photo pieces, photo paper pieces, you know, and just like make little bits and then to cut them up into tags or something. This one here's another one that's Sailboat Blue. So I have like 3 different blues, and this one are very similar, but this one's a little bit more teal than that one maybe. I don't know. But I was thinking photo paper, and then I was thinking, you know, I might not use, you know, all I have to use then is like a tag or a pocket. And I've been really getting into like the little embellishments, like the little tiny hang off your, you know, journal embellishments. This one here, oh god, I got all colors now, so we're getting an all different color one. This one here is super light. This is pink something. I just smeared. I can't even see what that says. Anyway, it's a real light pink. That one didn't work very well. Let's just make this one a dark one. That real light pink one did not work very well on the foil. Mainly because I probably have too many colors on my hand anyway. But let's just make this one brown because I do like the brown color. It's the most rusted kind of look. Oh, that's what else I was going to do. I was going to do paper clips. That was the metal I was thinking of doing, was the paper clips. Okay, so let me take my gloves off here and give these a second to dry, but like they dry really quickly. Like this one here is the first one we did. Yeah, it's fairly dry already, but I mean, how cute do those look? I mean, they really look like little metal pieces. So then what I did is I took little bits and pieces I had laying around. Like let's just play with this one because this is the one I did first. And I know that one's dry. So then I was thinking like book plates for these. So let me see. I brought along just some little bits and pieces because I needed small little things to put on here. Maybe I could even use one of these. These are from Pink Monarch Prints. And these I could use as journaling cards, but maybe I could just attach like a plate. That might be kind of cool. Okay, let's just decorate up this journaling card then, because I haven't done a journaling card yet. I did book plates and dangly things. So let's make a journaling card using one of our faux metal pieces. And I'm sure you can come up with, you know, a ton of ways that you might want to use these. I think they would be really cool. So then I've really been using liking to use those little brad pieces. So I'm using my punch here. This is that real skinny little, that real skinny little hole punch, not the great big hole punch. And I'm just going to put the little tiny hole in both sides like it was a book plate. Okay. And then I'm thinking we can kind of embellish around this just a little bit with maybe, I just got some pieces of little random things here. I brought along like my little tear sheet type things, little pieces of, you know, like copy dyed paper, ledger pieces. I was just playing with all kinds of little stuff. But I'm thinking maybe we could even just kind of collage a little bit under this and then kind of put the book plate down. Kind of like that. Kind of want my number to show a little bit. There we go. Guess it really doesn't matter if it does. Let's do this. I'm thinking this piece is just too big for my liking. So how about this? Let's go and put this down first. So I'm just using my Fabrifix and gluing these pieces down. But I was going to say that I think these pieces here, these little faux metal pieces, are going to be even thin enough that, you know, they would work in a journal, like on a journaling card. Because I was thinking at first, these are going to want to be something you put on top of, you know, the, like a tag, not a tag, but like a dangly thingy. And I need to come up with a better name than dangly thing. But then I'm thinking, well, they are actually very, very flat. So I don't think you should have any issues at all. So maybe I kind of feel like I'm just looking for, maybe I should put like, I like kind of like that on there. My journal, that's kind of a cute little word on there. So let's put that there. Are you guys too far away to see anything? Let's, here we go. Ready? Let's get up close and personal. There we go. Okay. Now you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm layering up this little journal card. And I'm thinking I want to put this little word on there. And then I think we can punch through those holes with those little tiny brad pieces, which just make it look really cool. Actually, that looks really weird. I need something. I need a frame on that, I believe. I don't like that all by itself. What can I put on top? Do I have? Hold the horses. Hold the horses, hold the horses. Let me... Oh, goodness gracious. This is what happens. I just don't like that all by itself. Why don't I like that? Okay, let's see what we've got. Maybe I need a frame and then a frame. Okay, let's try that. You stay there. I'll be with you shortly. Okay, do you fit there? Okay, that's better. And then let's do that. Okay, that's a little bit better. I still am not 100% pleased with that, but I still think that looks better than just putting the word all by itself. There we go. I think I'm not liking the tone on tone on tone, you know, like the brown, the brown, the brown, the brown. I think that's what my problem is. Okay. But we're going to go with that. And I'm going to grab my tiny little, these little brad pieces. And these are fun. We got these little guys. I think I want the darker ones, if I can find another darker one. Are you a dark one? I think so. Oh, nope. Okay. We got two different colors. Let's see which matches. We've got a silvery. These two match. Okay. You're the antique bronzy. You're going to have to wait. Okay. So let's go ahead And now let's get this glued down, and then we'll poke our holes in. So I thought these were just super cute. I was really pleased with how they turned out because I wasn't sure how my Sizzix would accept the tin foil or the aluminum foil, whatever you call it. I call it tin foil. I know some people call it aluminum foil, tin foil, whatever you call it. Aluminium. I've heard that. But yeah, I just didn't know how my Sizzix would take that. Okay, so I just poked little holes in there so that I can now take my little tiny brads and put those in there. And I guess if this is going to be a journaling card, I'm going to have to cover those. Or I can just turn this into a plate on top of another tag or something. You know, I don't have to have it be a journaling card. But look, I think that looks super cute with those on there. Those little metal, and I think they look kind of antique-y, you know, when they're embossed like that. So yeah, I don't have a ton of embossing folders. I mean, these are the only two that I have that are the large ones. But just like a pattern embossing folder, I think would be really cool. So let's go ahead and maybe I have this really pretty blue. I don't know if that, I just kind of feel like I want some color on there, but oh, no, I was going to say let's poke a hole and make this into a tag, but I think we're just going to leave it as is for now because I might want to place this over the top of something else. But I mean, there's one way you can use those. And then let's make a little dangle thing out of one of these other ones here. So I had used ovals and rectangles. So like here we could do a double, you know, like combine two metal pieces together and have a little dangle that way, which is super easy. Or we can take the, like especially like this real itty bitty one here, to layer it on top of another one that's kind of a different color. Gives it kind of a neat effect. So let's take some of these little ones and I'll show you what I had done with these. And these don't take long at all. I mean, super easy. From the time that alcohol ink dries, you don't have to wait very long at all. Like I said, I think I would wait for my glue to dry before running it through my embosser again, because I did it the first time. Maybe I didn't use as much glue the first time. That could be why, but I don't know. The second time I did it, of course, is the time I do it on camera. And then it messes all up. Little pieces are not easy to work with. Okay, so you little piece there. And maybe on this one, I mean, you don't even have to put anything on these. If you just color them. Where's my pins? Here's my pins. I'll show you. You don't need to even really decorate them up. You could just layer the little pieces like little metal charms almost. And there you go. I mean, you could hang that off of something. Super cool. Or you could put a little something on it. I've got itty little bitty pieces of something somewhere, I know. Or, okay, here we go. This is what else I was going to think. So you've made a charm thing. I'm going to use just a tiny little card here. And we're going to make this just into a tag to hang. And we're just going to hang this piece right off of it. So I just cut a hole in my little tag piece here, put my bulb pin in it, and then thread my little pieces through there. And now I've got a cute little thing I can hang off of a journal. I really like those. Those are cute. And, I mean, you can just go to town with decorating these up. I mean, put some lace on it, whatever you like. All right, let's do this last one here quickly. And this one here, maybe we'll layer up the two rectangle pieces. And maybe I just want to put something, like I have a bunch of small little words, like on these, I had pulled out these little cards. What can I get? Can I get a little bit of maybe that, maybe just this here. And that's always, I was just looking for little tiny words that I could just stick on here. So if you've got pieces that you could cut out, that's all you really need, is just a tiny little strip of something to decorate up. But like I said, I think these could have lots of possibilities. I just think it's a neat way to make your own little metal pieces. And aluminum foil is pretty accessible and not very expensive compared to if you buy those little metal pieces in the store. I mean, those are expensive. So then maybe I just got that little tiny piece of inked paper. Where'd my thing go? Let's just get that one side that we tore off of the last one. So maybe I'll glue this one on there just for a little something at the bottom. Okay. Should we stack those two together? I think that's looking good. Let's get this bulb pin on here. Through both of those. And there you go. I mean, how simple and easy are those? I mean, and then you guys, you can just go to town embellishing with whatever you have. And I'll bring back these. So, I mean, you can see all the ones that I've made. I've used just a label and the little brads on there with some lace at the bottom. This one just has some lace hanging off the edge with a couple layered up. This one here has an oval and a rectangle layered together. This one here, I did another label and created another like book plate. We've done a couple of dangles. I mean, we've got quite a few dangly pieces. And even like a large journaling card. So I hope you guys give this a try. I thought it was super simple and really fun, and they turned out really good. So if you got some alcohol inks, give it a try. Like I said, I don't think you really need to even emboss. You could just wrap your chipboard in the aluminum foil and alcohol ink it, you know, or you don't even need to ink it. Just to leave it plain silver would be cool, and put some embellishments over it. So, I mean, use your imagination. Let it run wild. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye.